All right, guys, no new episode of Bardown Beauties this week, but of course, we're not going to leave you hanging. That's why we've got your 5 things to know in 5 minutes. Let's go. Number five, new arena name. No more Trek to the X for fans and players. Instead, you're hoping to win big at Grand Casino Arena. My biggest question, my biggest problem, if you will, is Grand Casino Arena is kind of a mouthful. It's not terrible. So, what are we going to abbreviate it to? What are we going to call it? The GCA, the GC Arena, Hockey on Grand, maybe the G Spot. Please don't call it the G Spot. Like, let's not. Let's just not. But I need to hear what you guys think. Again, that starts September 3rd after 25 years. No more X. Bring in Grand Casino Arena. Number four thing you need to know, the rich get richer in Vegas, and Vegas continues to do things that make zero sense because they operate under a completely different salary cap. In Toronto, after years of using Mitch Marner as their whipping boy, after threatening to accuse Vegas of tampering if Mitch Marner signs with the Golden Knights today on free agency, instead they trade. They trade Mitch Marner yesterday before he is slated to hit free agency to Vegas in exchange for Nicholas Roy. Marner, Eichel, and Stone together. Yeah, that's gonna suck. Like, come on. Like, come on. Marner also signed an 8-year extension for 96 million, so he will be a member of the Vegas Golden Knights for quite some time to come. That's your number four thing you need to know. Number three, speaking of teams making additions to win, the Florida Panthers are apparently planning to be a dynasty all the way through 2030. After locking up Sam Bennett last Friday, they also lock in defenseman Aaron Ekblad. They also lock in Brad Marchand. Brad Marchand for 6 years, which is asinine. He is 37 years old. Ekblad's 29. They give him an 8-year. But I don't know how Florida did that too. They've got like 10 guys, including Matthew Tkachuk, signed through 2030. So they might be like the senior beer league, but they are going to continue to dominate, I think, because they've got those pieces remaining in place. So bravo, Bill Zito. Just absolutely bravo. Number two on our things to know, Kirill Kaprizov. Clock's a ticking, officially able to sign an extension today. However, in speaking with Bill Guerin last week, while he remains confident, let's not freak out, he doesn't think the dotted line will be signed, in fact, today, July 1, which is okay. So fans, don't panic, don't freak out. Again, I think Bill Guerin has the good leverage in hand. I think Kirill wants to be here. And I think they will lock him up and give him as much money as they want. Currently have 12.9 million in cap space. Again, doesn't include what Kirill signs this year anyway, so that's fine. But 365 days until they can get Kirill back into a wild uni otherwise. But yeah, I feel like that will be resolved. I'm hoping by the end of this week, but that's just because I'm being selfish. I just want it to wrap up by the end of this week so we can all breathe. We can all know. We can just know how much money Kirill's going to be getting. We can just know how long Kirill will be here. Leading into our number one thing, a thing that might help, a Russian teammate. Minnesota goes out and gets Vladimir Tarasenko from the Detroit Red Wings in exchange for future considerations, which also brings to the number one thing that I don't know is I don't know what the Wild are doing. It's a wash. It's a year-long contract for 4.75 million. Vladimir Tarasenko was good 5 years ago. Bill Guerin suggesting that maybe he just needed a change of scenery, but that lack of production was seen even with the Red Wings last year when they tried him on the top line. They tried to put him in those situations and he just wasn't getting it. 11 goals, 33 points in his season last year. I don't know. Again, I don't hate it. I'm concerned because I'm worried there's not going to be a consistent production from him, which is what we've had problems with in our top six for a while now, which is, I thought, something you wanted to resolve today during free agency. Also, then, does that remove Bill Guerin's interest in free agents today on the wing, like Brock Besser, like Nikolai Ehlers? You've got Pius Sutter out there, Mikhail Granlund, Dadonov, I think, too. I mean, that all being said, such a poor free agent pool. Like, it's very boring. I don't expect Bill Guerin to be very active. The centermen, a lot of them re-signed with their respective teams. So you don't have those big names. And again, I think Bill Guerin's okay with that. He wants to head into the year with some comfort room. He wants to maybe be a batter come trade deadline, something he wasn't able to do this last season, right? Or the past couple seasons, in fact, where he had the money to bring to the table to get those big names during the deadline. So that's always something to be considered too, especially when you don't love the guys that are out there and available. There's not a centerman that I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to bring him in before camp. Oh my gosh, I need to get this guy. Yes, Besser and Ehlers continued to be my top two that I would still circle. I think if you could get them, and you move Tarasenko down to the third, like right? Like maybe there's something there. I don't know what term and numbers they would want, but again, Bill Guerin with 12.9 million to spend starting today if he wants. And on the final note of the free agency offseason period, Marco Rossi, Mikey Milne offer QOs from the Minnesota Wild qualifying offers, excuse me, making them restricted free agents. I wonder if Marco Rossi gets offer sheeted, which offer sheets are so dramatic in themselves and they're kind of fun now, unless they're happening to your team. I wonder what that situation looks like. I also wonder if Marco Rossi would go like full Willie Nylander and possibly hold out, right? Like maybe just not start playing. Maybe just be like, I'm good. I'm going to wait until we get this resolved to what I want. Bill Guerin remained adamant, of course, that there's no animosity. He's not actively shopping the 60-point centerman, yada, yada. But that's the big thing to watch. So to recap, number 5, new arena name, Grand Casino Arena in St. Paul. Number 4, Mitch Marner to Vegas. Number 3, the Florida Panthers lock up Ekblad and Marchand along with Sam Bennett. Number 2, Kirill Kaprizov eligible to sign. And number 1, I don't know what the Minnesota Wild are doing, but free agency has started today. Have a great rest of your week. We'll be checking in periodically should we need to. Otherwise, new episode next week. Thanks.